Hey everybody, Michelle Black here with Kingdom Travels. Come on in, come on in. I am checking some information. Um, so come on in and join me. I am actually going live early today because I got a lot of work to do. Plus, I have a website to complete for a client. So, yes, for my administration business. All right. So, Michelle Black here with Kingdom Travels. So glad to be with you on today. Um, yeah, forgive me for the past 3 days. Unfortunately, I caught eye infection. Um, yeah, springtime is here, pollen is here, and something else happened. So I look awfully rough, but oh well. That's why I'm wearing this hat because I don't want y'all to really see my eyes. They clear now because I just put some medicine in them. All right, so enough about that, but I have three tips for you on today. Travel tips number 19, 20, and 21, and we will be getting back on schedule this week with one travel tip per day. I tried to be with y'all for the next 100 days, but we have shortened that for the past few days where we combine at least six or eight, no, 6 or 9 travel tips already within 3 days. So, go ahead and get your pen and paper so you can go ahead and add these additional notes to your. Um, you can add the additional information to your notes that you already have been writing. Again, Michelle Black here with Kingdom Travels. And we will be providing you 100 travel tips preparing you for the summer. And as you always know, you're more than welcome to contact Kingdom Travels at 346-917-0048 extension 1 or email us at info@kas-llc.com. And we do have our website at www.travelwithkingdom.com. All right. So let's go ahead. Travel tip number 19. Now, I will have to say, I'm having a problem with these next 3 travel tips because they go against travel agencies. However, I cannot be biased. I am no respected person, so I have to remain non biased on this point. And I will be sharing these 3 tips for those of you that like to go to online travel agencies and like to book your trips. So I'm going to be giving you some important tips about that. However, I will say that I will also let you know the not so good things about doing online travel agency booking. So you'll hear from both sides. But I will share this information for my OTA people because some just prefer to do it themselves. And I want to make sure that you're fully educated on that as well. All right. So, travel tip number 19 is double check the website. So, guys, now there are a lot of, I'm going to call it OTA, online travel agencies. There are a lot of OTAs out there, and not all of them are legit. Okay. Not all of them are legit. And if it's not Expedia, Travelocity, Orbitz, those are the ones that come to my mind. If it's not really those 3 that we all know of, I wouldn't use nobody else. If you do use anybody else, any other OTAs, online travel agencies, make sure you do your due diligence to make sure that they're secure and that they're legit. How you know that they're secure, legit? In the web browser address, it should show HTTPS and then the little 2 dots. I don't know what it's called, and the //. So make sure that website is a secure website. Okay. And also make sure that you review the reviews of that online travel agency and so forth, because there's a lot of travel agencies that are allowing you to do your online booking, but they're allowing you to do your online booking, but they're not legit and they may take your money and so forth. So make sure if you're having a book online, because you want to do that, make sure it's legit and make sure you at least use the top three: Expedia, Travelocity, and Orbitz. Now, I will say, online travel agencies, OTAs, they have good discounts. But what you're going to miss out when you book online, they're not going to provide you a list of excursions, the full list of excursions, and give you good discounts on those as well. They're not going to let you know the additional incentives that the travel suppliers are giving travel agents and travel agencies to give to their clients. They're not going to provide that. And last but not least, COVID is a prime example. I've heard many horror stories of individuals that purchased their travel via an OTA, online travel agency, and when they was trying to get out of whatever international country that they was in, guess what? They couldn't get in contact with their OTA. The customer service for some of these OTAs are very bad. And the people that they have doing the customer service, they're not fully knowledgeable of how to provide emergency evacuation. They just follow what the system tells them. So it's very good on this travel tip. I know you like to do OTAs, but it's very good to use a travel agent or a travel agency that is very knowledgeable. And they have a list of suppliers, especially for emergency evacuations or medical evacuations. And they know the process and the procedure of assisting you to get home, regardless of what situation or issue or emergency comes about. All right? All right. So travel tip number 19. I'm sorry. Travel tip number 20. Booking online. So for all my OTA people and just in general, if you're booking online for something real quick, it is best that if you're looking for a package bundle, then, you could do the OTAs because you could do airfare and hotel. So when you're booking online, make sure, and I just want to make sure make sure that you have your credit card or your debit card on hand because you're going to have to provide that information. Now, majority of OTAs, they require payment up front. If you're using your credit card, you're good. But if you're using your debit card, they're going to take the whole amount. Okay? Another thing about booking online, if you're wanting a package bundle, that's fine. But if you're not ready to pay up front, especially for like hotels, airlines, you're going to have to. That's just bottom line. And when you go through OTAs, that's pretty much what you're paying for. You're paying for the airfare. The hotel can wait, or they could write off the hotel. But when you're paying up front, you're mainly paying for the airfare. But when you're wanting to just book a hotel, because not trying to pay money up front, go to the actual hotel website and book online. Because a lot of the hotel websites, whether it's a credit card or a debit card, you need to ask them, do you require first night deposit or upfront payment? They'll let you know. Majority of the time, they don't. Some do, depending on what type of hotel you're trying to book. And you're able to put either a credit card or a debit card to hold the room. Make sure you view the cancellation policy, because generally if you don't cancel in time, they'll charge you one night. But if you're not trying to pay money up front and you're booking online, one, make sure you have your credit card or debit card readily available. And two, go ahead, just book the hotel if you don't really need a bundle. Because some of the hotel travel suppliers, they may offer a special where you could get a car too. So you could knock two stones out of three. You could book your hotel and a rental car and just book your airfare later on if you're not trying to pay everything up front. So that's one good thing about booking online. Now, for those of you that like to do travel bundles, and you're trying not to pay the whole amount up front, especially if you don't have a credit card and you're using your debit card, that's the good thing about getting a travel agent or a travel agency, because our travel suppliers allow us, we have our own portal with the travel supplier. And they allow us to be able to just require a small deposit depending on how advanced you are planning and booking your travel. So that's a good thing about, versus OTA. With us, you can make a small deposit. Booking online, sometimes you have to put everything up front unless you go to the actual travel supplier's website and just put your card on there to hold it. Okay, so that's travel tip number 20. I'm giving you the good things about, the educated things about booking online if you just want to go through an OTA. And I am providing you the benefits of just going through a travel agent or agency, because you come out better. And we could give you additional incentives. And I will say, guys, booking through a travel agency, when we go through our portal, they give us even much more discounted value booking through us than you would get on OTA. And we could add additional stuff to it if we're not already giving you something for free. All right. Because the specials that the travel suppliers give us, they don't post those specials on the OTA. All right. Now, which leads me to travel tip number 21. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have my contacts on. So travel tip number 21. I've spoken about credit cards and debit cards. So let's give the, if you're booking everything separately, you may go online and plan it and book it and put your credit card, your debit card listed to place the hotel on hold or the rental car on hold. But know that when you check in, if you're using a credit card, you're good. Okay? You're good. They put a hold on the amount, well, at least for first nights. And then when you do your checkout, you can pay for everything up front at that time on a credit card. But if you're using a debit card, checking in, please note two things. One, they're going to take the full amount off up front, and that's not including the incidental hold. So if you go in the hotel room, they're going to put an additional amount of money on top of the full stay amount. So if you have other money on your debit card and you need that to use, then I would advise you to get a credit card, not a debit card. And there's a difference because the cards are labeled credit or debit. Okay? When you're traveling, it's so good to use a credit card. So good. It's better to use a credit card where on a credit card, it just puts a hold and it doesn't hold up the rest of your money. With a debt, especially if you're not trying to pay everything all up front, depending on where you're checking in at and which travel supplier you use. But majority of the time, with a debit card, they're going to charge everything up front. With a credit card, they could just put a hold on it because they have that access to your credit card, and it's a credit card, so you should have enough limit on there for them to put a hold on. So it's very important that you know the difference between using your debit card and your credit card as you travel, especially when you're checking in for the rental car and the hotel. If you use a debit, everything's going to be taken off at that time. If you're using a credit, they may just do one nice charge, and you still have the rest of the money to use for your trip. Okay. Now, another major difference with using a debit card and a credit card. With a credit card, it is immediately released on any holds that they put on your card for incidentals and stuff. It's immediately released. Debit card, depending on your bank, you may have to wait a few days. Trust me, you do not want that to happen. So if you got an additional $350 hold for incidentals on your debit card from the checking out of the hotel, yeah, it may take 3 to 7 business days. 3 to 5 business days, excuse me. Oh yeah, maybe 7, depending on your bank. So that's another good advantage of using credit cards because it's immediate release versus using your debit card. All right? All right, everybody. So thank you so very much for taking this time out to listen to me. Again, forgive me for my appearance. I don't like it at all. But anywho, um, we shall continue with our 100 travel tips by Kingdom Travels. And if you have any questions, feel free to come to us. Call us at 346-917-0048 extension 1 or email us at info@kas-llc.com. So allow us to come to you to plan your next cruise. Yes, guess what, guys? Royal Caribbean is starting cruises out in June, I believe, to the Bahamas. So if you're wanting to start planning a cruise for the summer, now's the time, or start planning your next family reunion, family vacation, business trip, group trip, whether it's a birthday celebration, marriage, or girls group trip, however you see fit, or just planning your next honeymoon or your anniversary. Feel free to contact Kingdom Travels, for we are here prepared and ready to serve you. Be blessed, everybody. Take care.